This is Tom Rudebush with Hardrocker Highlights, and a special guest today is the outstanding linebacker from the Hardrockers, Everett Brill. Everett, let's talk a little bit about your migration to the School of Mines. You're a Nevada boy.
Yep.
Tell us how you end up from Nevada to the School of Mines.
Well, playing in Nevada, I was just looking for engineering schools to go to. Didn't really hear about this school until my coach contacted me and was telling me if I would like to go play out here. I was looking at kind of like Montana Tech and Colorado School of Mines to go to and play there. When I heard about this school, I was interested, checked it out, sent out my game film. Coach Kretzer contacted me back, and we came out here for a visit, and I just really liked the area of Rapid City, kind of fell in love with the Black Hills, and I decided to make this the school I wanted to come play for, and that's kind of basically how it happened, nothing too exciting about it.
So that maybe just the location and the environment was the key factor for you.
Yes. Yeah, it was, when I got here, it just seemed like it was very friendly. Walking downtown and stuff, I really liked that. And then it was just a little bit of a bigger city coming from Elko, but it wasn't too big of a city that it wasn't like too much for me to handle, because I kind of like a smaller kind of town setting. And this kind of gave me kind of like the best of both worlds.
You know, Everett has been all over the field the last couple of years, leading the team in tackles a lot of times, on those blitzes, creating sacks, fumbles. He kind of creates mayhem for the opposing offense. And how do you like this new defense that we installed last year, Everett? It seems to kind of fit a good style for you.
Yeah, I really enjoy this new style of defense that we have. It allows me to actually go on blitzes a lot more, which just allows me to kind of play it very simple and just point my head into the gap and kind of go for it. And I'd really like to play a downhill type of defensive style, and this kind of allows me to do that. And so it's really fitting for me.
Now, you've made your mark on defense, but recently you've been put in on those short yardage downs down near the goal line. You've scored some touchdowns. You've gotten some first downs. How did that all come about?
Well, in high school I was kind of like a power back. Coming out here, just wanted to concentrate on being a linebacker, and so kind of doing that. And then they eventually put in the jumbo package, and I'm one who really enjoys contact. And being in the jumbo kind of allows me to just run hard and just kind of go for it. And with a little bit of kind of experience running the ball, it kind of helps me out in that way. But the main thing is just because I can kind of just force my head into the wall and stuff and kind of push forward to get the tough yards.
Now, if I remember right, that opening game up at Montana Tech was the first time you were able to run the ball into the end zone.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, that would be correct.
That was the winning touchdown with, about a minute and 20 to go.
Mm-hmm.
So here you have Mr. Offense and Mr. Defense for the Hardrockers. Let's talk a little bit about the transformation of the team as a unit, going from 3 wins when you started out to playing for a conference championship this year. Talk about the maturity or the developing of a team type atmosphere to be able to do that.
Well, like we have 10 seniors right now, and it kind of has allowed us over the years just kind of be able to mesh with each other and kind of understand how each one of us kind of plays and the different type of skill sets that we can actually bring to the game. And so now that we kind of have a feel for each other, and then with the new growing classes that we've been bringing in, has really helped us in just kind of bringing in skills and these assets that we need to kind of build and put together the team that we've been striving for the past years. So with all this coming in together, now we're kind of finally starting to reap the benefits of developing this program.
As you recall your first year and you recall your practices and the fall camps going into this year, it must be very noticeable to a senior player the depth that the team has created and the talent that we have in the underclasses.
Yeah, it's a lot nicer now because now we can actually have rotations. We have scout teams that we can bring in. We're not trying to struggle to find people to actually fill in these positions. So now we actually have circuits where we can just have full sets and groups going through, and we're not kind of running around trying to pull people from different areas to get things filled in. So things are a lot smoother now going into practices. We got guys who are pushing other guys to kind of be better, and you have those underclassmen who are trying to fight for a spot on the team too. So that just kind of in turn makes everyone better on the team itself. So with this depth, this kind of helps out everything.
Now, how much influence, if I can use that as the right word, did you have on younger brother Donovan now, who is a sophomore on the team attending the School of Mines?
I'm not too sure how much influence actually played a part in it. With him coming out here, I was kind of able to just kind of help him, show him this, all the difficulties of being the freshman, and kind of help him, guiding him through the freshman year and doing that kind of stuff. But basically, we kind of let him choose for himself and where he wanted to go, and gave him those opportunities. And it was just kind of nice that he chose to come play up here. And now my dad gets to watch us both play at the college level.
Him being a sophomore, do you still kind of keep that big brother eye on him now and then, or do you kind of let him take his lumps and learn about the college life?
I kind of help him. I kind of put out some guidelines there, but for the most part, I'm trying to let him experience college as for himself, and just so he can try to get the full experience of it all.
Your major?
Geology.
Talk about the major and how you became interested in geology and your education here at the School of Mines.
Right. Well, when I first got here at the School of Mines, I was actually in the mining engineering program. And coming from Elko, we have 2 big gold companies out there and do gold mining underground and open pit. So that's kind of what I was going into, because just seeing the big impact that the mine has on local towns and stuff like that. And then after doing a couple internships with Everett Gold Mines, I kind of felt that the mining business wasn't going to be where I wanted to kind of spend the rest of my life working in. So I decided to kind of change over to geology, because whenever we would go underground, I was always running around trying to pull rocks out of the wall and go after all the shiny objects. And well, so I kind of was like, well, I'm still really interested in the rocks. So I went over to geology. And being with the geology, I kind of want to be more of a field type geologist, so I can be out in the field, not in the office all the time. And right now I'm really enjoying the classes, kind of seeing some opportunities that I can actually take with this job if I were to stay and keep going in geology itself.
A good decision to come to the School of Mines?
Yes, I'm very kind of excited about my last couple of years here, and just spending the time here at the School of Mines. It was really a good decision on my part.
What would you say to a recruit who may be watching this, and what advice would you give them if they're considering the School of Mines?
Well, they're considering the School of Mines as one of the kind of the best educations that you can get. They're going to push you, and it's going to be difficult at times. But if you just keep going through it, you're going to reap the benefits later on, and you kind of see that all the time with returning student or graduates coming back and kind of talking about their experience and seeing where they are now in their life. And so you'll be able to see the benefits that you're always going to have. And with our program coming, like we're going to Division II, so the programs and all the athletics are stepping up, so it's going to be more competitive. So you'll have that kind of competitive edge in the sports and also in the academics too. So it'll be a good challenge if they're looking for that challenge.
Well, Everett Brill has certainly been a credit to the Hardrocker program over his 4 years. He's an outstanding linebacker and certainly has been a big part of this transition from the Hardrockers to a chance to win a conference championship. Thanks to Everett Brill, this is Tom Rudabush, and you've been watching Hardrocker Highlights.